Hey, what's up guys? It's Phil from 3D Japan, and today we're taking a look at this box. Actually, what's inside this box is the Epax E6 3D printer. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a look at what's inside here, and then we're going to be talking about it and doing the first print. So this is a very heavy box, okay? The box itself is 20 pounds. I have notes say the inside, the printer itself is, where did I write it down? The printer itself is 18.46 pounds. So it should be very sturdy. Here's an idea. Let's open it from the bottom. And we can have a nice reveal. Okay, slice that. Trying to do a cool reveal here, and the box is not making it easy. Alright, let's see what's inside, and hope that we don't have any accidents. Okay, it does not want to come out. There's another box in there. That's great. Alright, so let's do this again. Where's my knife? Oh, Epax. Alright. There we go. Alright, nothing else in there. So on top, what do we have? Here is a quick start guide. Tells you how to unbox it. I'm pretty sure I can figure that out. We'll set that aside for now. Some styrofoam. We've got a printer with styrofoam under it. Okay. Just styrofoam. Lots of plastic. Turn this so you can see it. There's the lid with a balloon inside. Okay. There's another layer. That's a very nice looking lid. I'm very glad I don't have to assemble it. That's real nice. It seems sturdy. It's not cheap or flimsy. Take you off. Hey, up top here we got some tools. What do we have? Let's open this up. Okay, we got a metal scraper, and it actually is a sharpened one. It's not flat on the edge like all the others I'm seeing. So that one may get some use. I usually use a razor blade, but I may actually start using that. Okay, we have plastic scraper, Allen wrench, USB thumb drive, yes, and a knob. Here we have power brick and power cord. Those will be useful. Okay, more styrofoam. Okay, that off. Here is the build plate. Now, this build plate is very lightweight, and it looks like what they did is the bottom is metal while the top is a special kind of plastic. So it makes it really lightweight. It's a little weird to hold something that light. I see this is very smooth on the bottom, so that will probably need some sanding, maybe. We'll try it. Try it first, and then see. What do we have here? Looks like extra HitFilm. Yep, and we have extra FEP film. So we'll save that. I'm sure we'll need it at some point. There we go. Toss that. And down in here, we have some paint filters. These are actually smaller than the ones I usually use. That'll be for straining out your empty or your used resin back into the bottle. In case you want to switch resins, or if you're running low and you want to do something else, you want to clean the vat. Let's see this vat. Oops. Okay, so that's how those come off. Okay, so that's those. Okay, so here's the thing. This is not going to come off when the head is all the way down. So that's interesting. So we're going to have to plug it in and turn it on before we can even take this off. So let me do that. While I'm doing this is very interesting. It looks like it's like a either really big linear rail or dual linear rails, because it has wheels, bearings on either side here. I haven't seen that done before. They also say that the screw is very precise. We'll see. Well, before we do that, let's take a look around it. Put this lid on. Okay. Seats nicely. So, we have the screen up front. Let's remove these so we can see. We got a little plastic on there. I'll do it from this side. Yeah, that was a little more satisfying than usual even. Takes an extra tug at the end. Okay, so we have the screen there. I believe that is a 3.5-inch screen. Let me check. Yep, that is a 3.5-inch touch screen. Turn it around here. We have the Made in China sticker. We have the USB is on the side in the front, which I like that. Especially not in the back, but I like it being on the side because I often put things in front of the printer while I'm working. Then we have the power switch is also on the side. On the back we have where the power cord goes and an Ethernet plug, which is interesting. On the other side, we have a panel to access the goodies inside because everything in there is modular. So they say that you can easily access it from the side, the bottom, or it looks like the front. So if you want to do an upgrade on one of the screens, you can easily get in there and swap them out. That's very cool. Okay, so let's get this plugged in. Okay, we're all plugged in. Let's take you off. Yeah, let's turn you on. Yeah, there we go. Epax. It beeps. Let's do system. Oh, nothing happening with the touchscreen. Tools. Let me see. Okay, we got system. Maybe we're still just booting. Okay. Let's try calibration. This touch screen is not being very responsive. Okay, current language English, confirm. I don't know how I did that, but okay. Okay, try calibration. We have a blue screen. And nothing else. This is not boding well for the printer. Okay, let's try and restart it. Okay, let's try this again. Try tools first. Okay. Manual up and down. Say 10 millimeters up. There we go. Go again. One more time. Okay, that should be enough. There we go. Now we have the vat. So, this is a molded plastic vat. Let's see. It does have a little pour spout in one corner. And it very interestingly has like a lip around the edge, a very wide lip around the edge. It is interesting. I wonder if that serves as like a fill line. Very interesting. And so this does not use a regular FEP film. I mean, you can use it, but what it comes with is they're calling it NFEP or NFEP. And supposedly, it says it has less resistance when it's pulling up. So I don't know if that means it's more slippery or if it's tighter. Like maybe it doesn't stretch as much, but we'll have to give that a test and find out. There's one thing that I always check is how easy it is to put the vat back on. This is not looking to be that easy. There we go. That is on. Okay, and let's get this on. One thing I do like about this is it is sloped on the top, and it's a very steep slope. So hopefully that's going to not allow any pooling of the resin, and it'll just all spill off by itself. And I do like how it easily slides right on top of there. Okay, and then we'll have our knob to go on top. Oop, come on out. There we go. Screw that on. It's nice and tight. Okay, now let's put these back on. Keep that vat secure. Okay, those are a little wobbly as they go on, but you know, that's okay. It goes in nice and tightly. It looks like it's a really good sturdy machine. Assuming that was just a one-time glitch with the screen, but we'll find out in a further review. Let's find a few more notes on it. Put the lid back on so it looks pretty. The lid is a little bit fiddly to get it to sit nicely. But, you know, once you do, it's alright. Okay. So it has a 2K 6-inch mono screen. So at 2K, your resolution should be a little bit higher, keeping in mind that the screen itself is also a little bit bigger than a lot of other printers. So the 2K may kind of make up for that. But we'll see how good the details come out with the first print. As I mentioned, the box was 20 pounds, so it should be very sturdy. The build volume it has is 126 millimeters by 78 millimeters by 155. Okay, so in comparison to my Sonic Mini and even the Sonic Mini 4K, that's pretty close to the same size, but it is a little bit bigger. It's like a little bit wider and slightly further back it's wider. I think the height is about the same. The screen resolution is 1620 by 2560, and the Z up and down resolution is 0.01 millimeters, which is pretty standard. They say that it has a very powerful parallel light, the UV light coming up, that is supposed to have better curing times, so we can cure faster and better. See, I mentioned the HitFilm, which they did include some extras of that non-FEP film. The 3.5-inch touchscreen. The slicer that it uses is Chi2Box, and I believe the firmware is Chi2 firmware. I just read that. I didn't even know Chi2 made firmware or motherboard. But yeah, so it uses Chi2Box. I mentioned it is a modular design, so it's easy to upgrade the screens and such. One thing I noticed that right now is that it is on, but there is zero fan noise coming from it. So I do see a fan here, so I'm assuming once you start printing, the fan will come on. We'll see how noisy it is. And then I guess when the printing stops, the fan turns off, which is really nice. So it's not wasting electricity, not making a ton of noise when you don't need it. But yeah, that's all pretty nice. I'm happy with the scraper. Printer looks good. Happy to have a few extras of these. And so, let's get on with the first print. Okay, so Epax sent me the machine, but they also included 2 big bottles of their resin. The other one in here. This is their, it's called Hard Resin Gray. So I don't know what shade of gray it's going to be. Maybe this shade or maybe dark. Who knows? But that's what we're going to be using for this video. But let's start getting the printer set up. Take the top off. And let's get this out of the way. I'm going to put the top over here. So I've got the manual here. So I took out the USB stick and plugged it into my computer, and there's nothing on it, just some SanDisk files. And so I talked to them, and they told me that yeah, they're not putting anything on the USB thumb drive, and so you have to download the manual from their website. So I have it here on my phone, and it says first thing we should turn on the printer. There we go. Beep. Okay. And so next thing says install the VAT, which I have already done. It is all the way on, nice and secure. And then it says press the, it says go to Tools, Manual, and Home. So Tools, Manual, and Home. And I see the touchscreen is working just fine now. It must have been just a one-time glitch. First time use thing. Okay, so it appears to be done. Okay, so once homed, you can use the touchscreen arrows to raise the platform to the middle of the Z-axis. So go up. Interesting, it says here the printers are pre-leveled at the factory and you don't need to level it. Well, we'll see how that works. Okay, so in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, it told you to put the VAT on after, so I should probably home it once without the VAT. Yeah, so that's going to be a problem if that happens while I've got resin in there. I have to be extra careful with these. And home. Okay, so that's done. So now let's put the VAT, let's put the VAT up. Okay. So we're going to raise the build platform. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Now we can put this on. Get it on there nicely. It's all the way seated. Put the screws on. Okay, nice and tight. Okay, now it says now we can pour the resin. So I know we have to shake this well. Okay, that should be pretty good. Open you up. Okay, and there's no seal on it. So before we go anywhere, I'm going to put some gloves on. What you always want to be doing when working with a resin printer is wearing gloves anytime you might possibly get resin on your hands. Okay, gloved up. Pour some in. Okay, yeah, it looks like a kind of a light gray color. Okay, it might have needed shaking some more. I can see like stuff, looks like stuff floating in it. But we'll see how it works. Okay, so I filled it up to the bottom of that shelf around the edge. See how that works. Since there's no sample files, I created a few of my own models and sliced them for this printer. And so we'll see how they work. Put that in. Upside down, there we go. Okay, let's go back. Back. Print. Okay. That looks like only one of them is actually on here. So, I guess that's the one we're going to print. I probably forgot to copy the other file over, but let's start this one and see what happens. Play. And the fan did turn on. It's not terribly loud. Okay. A little bit concerning that it's getting very close to the lip there, but it looks like it's enough. So I'll just let it go. This particular print is going to take a little over 5 hours. So, put the lid on and see where it goes. This actually is really quiet. The fan noise is there, but it's not terribly bothersome, and the motor noise is almost silent. Okay, so that's it. I'll get back to you once the print is done and cleaned off. Alright, after 6 hours of printing, let's see how this came out. I can see everything is stuck on there nicely. All the resin nicely dripped off of the build plate here, so I don't have to worry about that dripping off. And there's a nice dark resin, it's real nice looking. But yeah, it looks like everything came out very nicely. This is a model from Photos Mint. I'm going to go clean it up, and then we'll remove all the supports, stick the pieces together, and I'll show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so here it is, the first print off of the Epax E6, and it came out really good. Let's look at those details. This is the Epax Legends Wraith character. I've never actually played the game, but I've heard of it. I've actually made another model from it. But yeah, this was made by Photos Mint, and the details are really nice. Take a look at those. Yeah, get a little close up there. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how that came out. I was surprised how dark this resin is, but it looks really good, and it worked out well. These are the default settings in HitFilm for this particular printer and this particular resin. Yeah, that came out really nice, and I have another print that I did. This is a little like anime schoolgirl character that I modeled myself. Yeah. And you can see on the ground here the details came out really well. And she's a little bit shiny. I don't know if maybe I needed to clean her better, but she's pretty shiny. But yeah. I think that hair came out pretty well. And for comparison, I also printed that one on the Frozen Sonic Mini with the Tech Gray, the Tech Fast Gray. And you can see that it's pretty comparable. See if we can compare the hair from them both. I hope this is the focus is coming out all right. Let's see if I can get a hand back there. Yeah, I mean the Epax might actually be a little better. It's hard to tell since it's a darker color. But let's compare the ground for them both. Yeah, I think the Epax actually came out a little bit better. Okay, so that is the Epax 3D E6 printer. I've been really happy with it. I'm quite surprised actually. I really like this lid. It's nice and sturdy, although I do wish it would fit on here a little easier. It's a little bit fiddly getting it right in position to seat, but once you get it seated, it's fine. The resin, I've had almost no odor or smell at all from it. So that's cool. And it printed very nicely. The details are really nice. Yeah, everything is pretty good. Weird little thing, the USB flash drive it came with is all metal. So when I'm pulling it out of my printer or pulling it out of my computer or the printer, it's a little bit slippery. So you kind of have to get a real good grip on it. That's a really minor thing though. The printer itself goes for $329 on Amazon. Right now, I see there's a 5% off coupon code on the Amazon page. I'll include a link to that in the description below. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, so that's it. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, like I said, and I'll see you next time.